Emily, and today I'm going to be attempting to bake gluten-free chocolate Valentine's Day themed cupcakes.
Well, what makes them Valentine's Day themed cupcakes?
I'm glad you asked. These are Valentine's Day themed because I'm going to be eating these all on Valentine's Day with my one true love, me. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed already, then you can hit that lovely subscribe button down below, and that would mean the world to me. So let's get started. First, you're going to need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, which I have already done, and then you're going to add your dry ingredients into a bowl, which I'm going to be using 2 cups of gluten-free flour, since this is a gluten-free recipe, 1.5 cups of sugar. I'm going to be using 3/4 cups of cocoa powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a teaspoon of salt. Once you've sifted through your dry ingredients, get a separate bowl so that you can start working on your wet ingredients. The recipe calls for a cup of buttermilk, but I only had regular 2%, so I simply added a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar to the 2% milk, and that works just the same. So you're going to use that. You're going to be using a 1/2 cup of oil. You're going to be using 2 eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a cup of freshly brewed coffee or hot water, which I'm using coffee. Once all your wet ingredients are combined, then you are going to slowly add the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients, and then I'm going to mix it until the batter is very thin, and I will show you that when I get it done. And once that's all mixed together, this is what the batter should look like, and again, remember that it is going to be very, very thin. Now it is time to add the batter to the cupcake liners, which I only had 6 of, and these are Christmas themed, which goes to show how often I cook. So I used the few Christmas cupcake liners that I had in it, and then I just greased the rest of our pan here. So I'm going to add the batter to that. Okay, now that I have my batter in the cupcake liners, the recipe calls for it to go from 18 to 22 minutes in the oven, but I'm going to put it in for 20 and know that I can just go an extra 2 minutes if I need to. Okay, now that our cupcakes are out of the oven, which they look like this, they are just a little bit lumpy, kind of bigger, because we may or may not have, and by we, I mean my mother, because she's being so kind to help me with this, we may have filled it a little bit too much, so it kind of, it did that, but that's okay. So yeah, we have the ones that have the beautiful Christmas wrappers on, and now we're going to get started on the chocolate frosting, or icing, or whatever you want to call it. First, you're going to need a cup or 2 sticks of softened butter. Then you're going to need a cup of chocolate chips. I think these are just milk chocolate. Then you're going to need 1/4 of cocoa powder. You're going to need 3 cups of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, and 3 tablespoons of milk. And this does not need to be buttermilk, it's just regular milk or whatever you want to use. You can substitute it for coconut milk or almond or whatever. First, what you're going to do is you're going to put your 2 sticks of butter in your lovely mixing bowl, and then you are going to whip it until it is a nice creamy texture, and then you are going to add the other ingredients into it. But an important note is the chocolate chips. You need to stick them in the microwave for 30 seconds or until they're melted, and then you still mix everything all together, and you'll keep mixing the frosting or icing, whatever you want to call it, until it is a nice fluffy texture. Your icing should kind of look like this, and I probably will not zoom in on this, but it's nice and it is fluffy and it is brown, so it kind of looks like poop. But that's okay, it tastes really good. So yeah, I'm going to ice these up, and then I will show you what it looks like once I'm done with them. You can do it any way you want, whether it's using a bag like I showed earlier, whether it's just getting a knife and icing it like that, or maybe you don't want to do icing, or maybe you're not even going to bake these, you're just watching it because you have nothing better to do, which is usually what I do when it comes to baking videos.
Sorry, it was California.
It looks really fancy. Move over, Rosanna Pensino. There's a new sheriff in town. This looks like poop. That's okay. Is it on me? I don't know what that means. No, it looks like Okay, and after the horrible mess of trying to ice a cupcake, which if you like could not tell, I'm bad at. You finally get this, which is a nice little red Valentine cupcake, and then there's another one like it. I'm not going to show you guys the other ones because they slightly died in the process. But yeah, so again, they're Valentine's Day themed, but mostly it's just called that so that I can eat them all on Valentine's Day. But I tried one that didn't have a wrapper on it, and they probably won't last till Valentine's Day, but still. So yeah, there was my sad attempt at trying to bake. This is why I don't bake that much, so yeah. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments below if this was a fail or if this actually turned out good. I'm feeling like it's more of a fail. And also let me know what your favorite flavor of like cupcakes or cake or whatever you prefer is. So yeah, and again, if you would like to see crazy random new videos every Monday, you can hit that lovely subscribe button down below, and that would mean the world to me. So yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will be seeing you in the next video. Bye! Whoop! Look at the camera. Alright.